Test 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 7, 3, 2, 3, 4. Good.
We're live.
Ready, Town Clerk?
He's all over me.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our regular council meeting of March the 11th, 2025. Call the meeting to order. Can we get the approval of the agenda of the regular council meeting of March the 11th, 2025? Moved by Councillor Doyle, second by Councillor Noel. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed. And can I get the adoptions of the minutes of the regular meeting of February 25th, 2025? Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Seymour. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed. Business arising from the minutes. Okay, move on to number 6, permits and correspondence.
If everybody wants to take a look in their Dropbox, I don't think there's any conflicts there. There's only 3 there, actually. Make a motion to approve permit listing 10758 to 10760.
Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor O'Grady. Discussion? All in favour? Aye. Contrary minded, motion passed. And move on to number 6.3, correspondence received and action taken. You can have a look down through that there. Okay, move on to number 7, committee reports, Public Works, Waste Management, and Community Services. Deputy Mayor Slade.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. The last meeting we had, I just got to have a look at it here now first, was the 4th of March. So you can peruse through that set of minutes, and you can, if you got any questions on anything there, or you'd like for something to come forward, let me know, and certainly bring it forward. Myself and committee will bring it forward. Mr. Mayor, I have 4 resolutions stemming from that set of minutes. The first one is resolved to purchase the Citizens Insight Module from High Tech Communication Limited at a cost of $500 per month for 2025-2026 snow clearing season. Now, I'd just like to add, Mr. Mayor, just to expand a little bit, because our works supervisor not here. We're only going to purchase this. We're only going to be paying for this 3 to 4 months out of the year during the winter months only. Okay.
Sure.
And so I move that forward, Mr. Mayor.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, second by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Resolution number 2, resolved to issue a limited call for consultant services to review crosswalk and parking lot treatment at the Carbonear Rex. And we know what we're talking about there, Mr. Mayor. That's that sidewalk, and I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? All in favour? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Number 3, Mr. Mayor, resolved to call tender for Powell Drive Phase 3. Yes, that's for construction.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? Are we able to see it? Is the plan done for that yet? Like the detailed work?
Yes.
I'd like to see that, yeah. Perfect. All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed. Councillor Snow.
Resolution number 4, be it resolved to issue a tender call to replace hoists at the municipal depot. And I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion. All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
And that's it for me, Mr. Mayor.
Can I ask a quick question on resolution number 1? That module for the snow clearing, so that's a module where you can track the, so,
Yes.
and individuals residents can track it as well?
Which is
Yeah.
this part of the system
Okay.
that we're picking up now, yes.
Okay, sounds good.
I noticed there's a lot of garbage from the storm we had back in December over on the beach road. It's been there for, well, since December. Any chance of getting that cleaned up? I'm after putting in a work order, but it still don't seem to be. It's
Um,
just people are saying to me that it's been there so long, and it's everything there. It's insulation, it's wood, it's everything.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, that's something that I will push for into the meeting tomorrow.
Thank you. Any further comments for the Deputy Mayor? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
We'll move on to 7B, Administration and Finance. Councillor O'Grady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the committee met on Thursday, had a short meeting. I know the municipal enforcement officer's position, I'm not sure if those interviews have taken place since they have. Okay, so I guess we'll hear something on that fairly soon. The replacement for the municipal enforcement officer. Also, there's a lifeguard position being interviewed at the pool. So I think that's going to be posted internally, so should hear on that as well fairly soon. The organization review of the administration of the office is ongoing, and meetings have been ongoing, so I don't have any information on that yet, but yeah. Also, and we had the fire chief with us tonight, there was their bylaws, I guess that kind of got overlooked last year. We're proposed to improve their amended bylaws for 2024, so I think I have a motion here right now to approve those. I'll make that motion. Resolve to adopt the amended fire department bylaws as reviewed and recommended by the Administration and Finance Committee.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
And the only other thing I guess I wanted to mention is, I guess based on the new Act, committee meetings, I guess from here on in are also going to be open to the public. So just all the committee chairs need to realize that the committee meetings will be advertised, and public will be able to attend. And if there's anything that that needs to remain confidential, we'll have to do that in camera session. So you have to look at your agenda and figure out how you're going to do that from there.
So will the people attending, if they wanted to, could they speak, or is it just
No,
to
just
listen?
yeah. I think you still got to. Rules haven't changed on that. I don't think, Madam Clerk. So you still, if you want to speak, you got to give prior notice and all that, right? So you won't just be able to speak. It'd be like a council meeting here.
If it's something personal comes up into any of our meetings, like that we need to sit down and have a chat about,
We go name.
we go in the camera.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that's how that's
correct.
handled.
yeah. We can't identify,
No.
residents and things and to others, right?
Correct.
And that's all I had from that meeting. If anyone's got any questions.
Questions for Councillor O'Grady or comments? Thank you, sir. Let's move on to number 7C, Economic Development, Planning and Land Use Development. Councillor Doyle.
The Development Committee met on March the 6th. Under business arising, there were a couple of things there that you can see are ongoing. Basically, one is problem solving with a resident who completed work without a permit, and they're working through that. Another one, once the new municipal plan is approved, one of them will be in compliance. So that one is kind of just being held off and deferred until the new municipal plan is adopted, and hopefully it will be. One is just, the MEO was in contact with an individual to clarify some application requirements. We had 2 applications for developments. One of them is, again, once the new development plan is approved, if it's approved as it currently exists, that would be in compliance. So that one is kind of just going to be paused while we're waiting for the plan to be adopted. And the other one is a discretionary notice for a home-based business that meets the criteria, and that will be, it's under discretionary, so it obviously has to be advertised, and that will be done. There were a number of things there under correspondence, but I am in conflict on that, so Councillor O'Grady will speak to that in a second. There was nothing under economic development, but our upcoming March Festival is already started, and there are a lot of St. Patrick's Day initiatives and activities this weekend, and we encourage residents to get out and take part. I think we've got some famous musicians coming to the theatre this weekend for a few shows all the way from Ireland, so that's really good to see. Coming here for St. Patrick's Day, so that's quite the statement when you're a big musician in Ireland and you're coming all the way to Carbonear, Newfoundland to celebrate your St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll take it. There's a bunch of applications still pending, and they continue to be a lot of stuff just coordinating with ServiceNL, and I think some of it's like the EDTO can correct me if I'm wrong, just waiting on some more information, some incomplete applications that were sent back for further information, those kinds of things. The list actually is smaller than it has been, if you've been noticing. Some of them are getting checked off, and Councillor O'Grady can speak to the other one now.
Yeah, so as you all know, we had an application for a sober living facility in a property on Industrial Crescent. And it's a discretionary use from council's perspective, so we sent out a discretionary use notification, and we got a bunch of responses back from some property owners in that vicinity. So, we had a discussion earlier as a council, so I guess just for the public's knowledge, we're going to set up a meeting with the applicants who are going to be building this facility, and we got some further questions and clarifications. And after that, I guess we'll look at having maybe a public meeting as well, so the public can come in and ask questions before we make our final decision. So I guess the public will hear more about that over the next week or two. So that's all I have to say about that. If anybody got any questions.
Any questions on that?
Good job.
Thank you. There is one motion there.
Is everything for you?
Sorry, no, I just got thanks. Resolved to approve the following applications in accordance with applications submitted, the Town of Carbonear Municipal Plan and Development Regulations and other conditions as specified. To open a home-based business, a photography studio from 10 Chapel Hill, conditional upon no objections or representations being received from the discretionary use advertisement, and the application being referred back to committee and council for further review if objections are received in response to the discretionary notice advertised.
Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Seymour. Discussion. I hope the individual outgrows their home and has to create a storefront, because some businesses that are home-based have grown to the point that they needed to expand, so it's
Which
a
is
good,
great.
good thing to have.
This is someone who's actually building a new home, had a permit approved here not too long ago, and is going to be, I don't know if this, I think they would do maybe some at-home stuff and some location stuff, but, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary-minded, motion passed. Okay, move on to number 7D, recreation, special events, culture, and tourism. Councillor Seymour.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. Those out there listening and those inside here, welcome aboard. All I have to say, you see what I have from our Recreation Committee meeting on March the 4th. Nothing to explore as of right now. The summer's coming on and everything in that. I shouldn't say the summer, the spring. And once the spring comes, I think we'll be moving forward a lot more in recreation, because that's where recreation is. We had a great festival there with the winter carnival that went over well. A lot of people attended, and our house, I think, is starting to melt. So the state, our hockey rinks are not going to get much more use now as the way it's going. I'm hoping it will, but anyway. But to everybody out there, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done, in especially special events and volunteers. And I have a draft motion to put forward, and after that, if there's any questions on anything I have to say, you can go ahead and ask. My draft motion is, I have a resolution, resolved to supply and install a new telephone system for a Carbonear swimming pool from Out Telecommunications at a cost of $5,980, HST included, and a monthly rate of $145. Resolution number
one at a
2.
time
Oh,
here.
sorry.
Moved by Councillor Seymour, seconded by Deputy Mayor Slade. Discussion?
So I read that. So it says there that Bell doesn't provide it anymore. So is the 145 the fee, like a monthly rental fee for the equipment, or does that also include like the actual phone bill and the internet usage and the usage for like their Interact
145?
machine? Yeah.
The 145 will be a monthly payment on the internet service that we are to receive from everything. The 5,980 is the installation of everything that needs to be installed in order to get this operation up and running. And it's because as everybody know, and I don't know, that we've had a lot of trouble with our phone system in there. We've had Bell and everybody in there trying to do what they can to see what our communications are. Which seems like we've been months and months and months, we just can't get it operating. So we went out and we looked for a firm to come in and do something with us to make things look forward.
So does this mean though that there's no Bell Alliant bill, like that this 145 is for the equipment, the internet, the phone, everything, or is it for the equipment only?
I'd have to go back. Have you got something on that we had in the minutes?
Don't have it here right now, but oops.
I don't have it here right now, but I think that's just for the equipment
The-
upgrade.
That's what I was
Yeah.
And then
thinking.
the service would be separate from
Because
that.
it's really unfortunate, like that
Well,
Bell
we-
provided it all previously, you know what I mean? And now they're out of it, and now it's going to be two separate bills, which could be a significant increase to the budget, you know, just
Well, it's
curious.
the initial cost, and then it's the
Yeah.
the monthly rate for the equipment as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have no choice, like, there's no choice, but it's just unfortunate that it's not, you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
previously, the
Well-
phone companies used to supply it all, you know, as a package deal.
Yeah, we
But
did.
I'm also thinking that the amount from Bell Alliant should be less.
Yes,
Because
yep.
that now currently includes some equipment
Yep,
rates as well.
yep, okay,
So-
good.
We'll
We
check
did-
that out and get
Okay.
you the entire cost.
Yep.
But we did look at Bell. Bell no longer supply or demand anything. They have a company out of Ontario that does all this stuff for them. And the price range, when we looked at comparing, like we always have to do, Bell wasn't even handy to what we got here. So this is why we went this way.
So where's this company based out of?
St. John's.
So it's a Canadian company? Just saying.
Of course, when we talk about that, you know, this company's in St. John's, so always important we say that we get our maintenance so close to, you know, the area as we can. So that's very important, you know, that part of it. And that don't only go for the phone system. Sometimes that, you know, like when you're a long ways away from whoever's supplying you, and you got to pay from the travel or come in here to fix or repair or whatever the case may be, that could become quite costly too.
Councillor Snow?
Yeah, I know several businesses in there the last 2 or 3 weeks have been out of phone service. So it's probably some. I know several businesses in the area that the phones have been down now for 2 or 3 weeks and have been contacting back and forth with Bell. My concern there, even though it might be a new company or new company name, they're probably piggybacking on Bell's system. So it's still the same lines, in other words. We're just going to a new company for some new equipment. I don't know if it'd be wise to delay this resolution for a few more weeks, or if you want to go ahead with it. I just,
Are the phone systems down?
yeah, you know, the systems are down. But if they're going to be cheaper than Bell, and it's going to work just as well, you know, that we're kind of obligated to go with the cheapest system as long as it's functioning, right?
I got no problem with the quote or like the package or anything like that. It's just, I want to, in my mind, I want to know what are we paying for that service in there, because it is an increase from what we currently have, so you're just trying to keep everything, prices down.
This company that I'm looking at, because Rob and myself and them had a meeting here in the committee, and Rob brought this back forward to us and everything. This has been really looked at and really investigated into for the regards of where we need to channel and where we need to go with this. When it comes to the phone, this company has been in service for a long while. It also is in different areas throughout Newfoundland now. It's in Deer Lake, Clarenville, I think in Paradise, I think Rob was saying, and some other places, and we did some background check and everything on it. So, but regards of what we're doing here, we're not going to jump to a conclusion and say we're going to do this, but we did do our homework, and from there we said, hey, this is the best challenge for people to get to our swimming pool, because we need to have people contact us without having to go through phone call, and then come visit. Because why did we put a computer system in place to get this on the run for the guys of, and then all of a sudden we're losing out on the end. So this is why we put this here.
All in favor? Councilor, motion passed.
All right, thank you very kindly. Resolution number 2, resolution to proceed to tender for the replacement of the front doors at the Carbonear swimming pool. And I'll explain this with the front doors at the swimming pool just in case this has been violated at somewhere. What we're doing is we're making the swimming pool more accessible. This is going to be automatic doors. When people come up to the door would automatically open for extra, and it's a benefit to everything that we have. We got somebody walker, wheelchairs, and so on.
Yep.
It's an asset, and we need it. We need it.
Moved by Councillor Seymour,
Is
seconded
there-
by
Oh, sorry,
Councillor Noel. Discussion.
So I have concerns with sliding doors for a number of reasons. Like, I like the doors where you have the accessible button, but with sliding doors, like, that swimming pool is on a very busy road, and we have a lot of really small kids who utilize the swimming pool. So if you've got sliding doors and you've got a little kid that takes off, they're right out into a parking lot and a street. Like, I understand the accessibility aspect of it, but like, you don't see these sliding doors at schools, for example, because of the safety aspect to it. You see the doors that got the accessibility button. So I just wondered, has there been any considerations or conversations like about that part of it? Like, I can't help but, just fear of a little tiny kid taking off on their parents, and before the parent can react, the kid is outside.
You want to go?
I'm just wondering if you can clarify for me how that would be any say, like, you're involved in this on a daily
Yeah.
thing with being in schools, and I think you're on the accessibility committee
Yep.
with the municipality. I would hope that there was some discussion between the groups about this, but if it hasn't been, this is a good time to have it.
Yeah,
But I don't know why that would make it any more unsafe if a child pushed the button that the door opened up, which slowly closes, versus one that's going to go this way. So
Yeah.
if you know something, share that with me,
If I-
please.
If I could just say something, I was here in this building today, I have a 2-year-old granddaughter, we're upstairs for the story time, and she came down the stairs and she went right up and pushed the button, and the door opened and out she went, right? And she's 2 years old, she's only that big. So, I mean, they could hit the button just as easily.
100%. They could hit the button just as easily, but with these sliding doors, the doors just open. With the
When you walk up to
buttons,
it.
yeah, when you walk up to them, the doors just open. So like, a little kid could just go up to the doors part, whereas like with the press
Yes.
button,
Is
you
it one-
actually,
One set of doors or two sets?
There's one set.
One set.
the outside set.
So, and what's inside?
But you gotta remember something, I work in a facility where we have all that too.
Yeah.
I work in a facility where is, when you go in there, boys, you just don't go in and walk up to a door and the door is gonna open. Those machines got sensors and they can pick up whatever you need. So I can, not me personally, but those guys can sensor a door to a certain level as another, as a wheelchair accessible coming in or somebody standing up coming in. They can see this person and then the door is open. And I understand where you come from for regards to safety with small children. I'm over there in the hospital, I work at the hospital, the boys, everybody knows that. And I go out and I touch a button, I'm going out the door. If someone is sick, they're going to touch the button, they're going out the door. That's an object that we're going to have to deal with when it comes to reality anymore. But a sliding door is no more different than a touch button door or a panic handle on a door. Somewhere it's got to open. And to all kids, I don't want to see them. I got grandchildren now and another one on the way, God love them. And yes, I understand where you come from, but I think by having this accessibility now with a sliding door on the outside, it gives people a chance to get in out of the weather a little bit easier than being out there. And the doors inside are still going to be accessible. They have to open anyway with a button. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So either way, what are we looking? We're trying to upgrade things and make things more accessible for everybody.
100%.
And I know sometimes there's a if and or a but to it, but this is it. We either got to make that choice, or I can take this today and take this resolution off the floor and look at having more discussion on it. That's up to ye as a council.
So there's two sets of doors, like there's the outside doors and then like there's a porch and then there's another set of doors.
Yes, you got to go the other.
So like,
Two sets going to be sliding?
No, just the outside set. Because the reason the outside set we're looking at
To get 'em
is
into
an
the
easier
porch.
access to get in the building.
In the building.
Plus, we got, when the weather is
You gotta push a
bad
button
and this
on
and
the next
that.
set, is it?
Exactly.
Push a button.
okay, so that's a bit better, just because that gives you that safeguard that they got to get through two sets in order to get out. Because like, I know in some schools, unfortunately, they have to actually turn off the accessibility button so that the kids can't get out to the parking lot, and they turn it on and off as needed, just for the safety, right?
Well, it's like me getting in there now, and look, I'm not getting any younger, and I'm going to say this, probably the wife might be listening. I'm in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And God forbid if I don't, I do.
No, 100%.
The winter is on. She's got to open that door, try to get me squeezed in and everything else. By having this, I'm in at the weather. The door is automatically going to open for it, and then I am. Now, the second set of doors, well, hey, that's what we got to deal with then. We got a panic button or whatever it is on it, and we can open it and work with it.
I think
Anyway,
when
I hope
the-
she never listened to that.
I think when those doors are installed, I think, like our staff in there should let people know about the doors and that, for the safety aspect of children or whatever the case may be, so that the parents can be notified, know up front, these doors are sliding doors, and, hold on to your kids, we say, that's just me. I mean, I think it's the common sense approach, and that's where I'd let it lie to.
All in favor? Contraband, motion passed.
Thank you. Thank you, and that's it for me. Thank you for coming.
Okay, move on to number 8, CAO report. You going to deliver that, or is the one there? No, or leave it.
The CAO's report has been provided to all of you. There are no concerns right now with revenue or expenditures for the 2025 year, as it's very early in the year, but you can peruse that, and if you have any questions, as always, you can either email the CAO or myself if you have a question on it.
Thank you.
Okay.
7B, Director of Operations and Public Works.
I'll just draw your attention to a couple of
Okay.
things. The director had to leave earlier this evening, but he did provide your report and was in a Dropbox for you all. So he has elaborated on the municipal enforcement position as well, as Councillor O'Grady did, and said that the MEO position competition is ongoing. So the interviews have been completed, and they're just in the process now of doing reference checks and what have you, and they'll proceed on with that. The other item is down under 2025 paving program. So The limited call for the consultant is ready to send out, so that's what we were working on. Powell Drive Phase 3, drawing set is received and ready for tender call, which we've agreed to. And the ICIP Beach Road sewer upgrading tender call is published on that one. And Water Street Phase 3, I think you may already be aware that the COA funding application is now submitted and waiting funding approval on that. We already have the provincial capital works approval, so now we're just waiting on the COA funding as well for Water Street Phase 3. And he has 2 draft motions, which I believe Deputy Mayor Slade is going to bring forward there now from his report as well.
Okay, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Kathy. Be it resolved to issue a limited call for consultant services for the 2025 paving program, and I so move.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, second by Councillor Snow. Discussion. All in favor? Contrary minded, motion passed.
Be it resolved to issue a tender call to purchase a new pickup truck. That's for the Public Works, Mr. Mayor, and I think it's already budgeted for.
Moved by Deputy Mayor Slade, seconded by Councillor Noel. Discussion? Did you want to say something? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion passed.
Th-
Councillor Noel.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. We move on now to number 8C, a report from our newly elected Fire Chief Trevor Crawford. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is the Fire Department's first report of the year and my first as Fire Chief. So what I want to do is just briefly go over our calls from last year. Really, it's too new in the year really to go over this year's yet. So last year we had a total of 79 calls. 4 of those were structure fires, 1 vehicle fire, 6 grass fires, 4 chimney fires, 17 MVAs, 24 alarm activations, 1 mutual aid, 6 mid-evacs, and 16 others, which could be wires down on the road, people in distress, dumpster fires, whatever the case. That was our total from last year. Also, a few weeks ago, we participated in the Winter Carnival, and we helped out with the fireworks, and we done a breakfast. All the reports we got back was pretty receptive, so I think that went over good. Over the last few weeks to a month, we've had a lot of discussions with the neighbouring fire departments, and we're going to focus a lot this year on some mutual regionalised training with the departments, all NFPA courses. So, which it started now over the last couple of weeks. So, a few weeks ago, we had a few members attend Advanced First Aid for Firefighters in San McCove. The last 2 weekends, so it was Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday of each weekend, we had members attend the NFPA pumper training in Victoria. The last 2 weekends in March, we're hosting a NFPA vehicle extrication course. We got a lot of members from other departments showing up for that. First week in April, we got members going to Clarenville to a regional hazardous materials course training. So, and also in May, we got 10 to 12 members going to Gander for the provincial fire school. So, a lot of good stuff going on with training coming up, and it's nice to see. And I'll finish off, just thank Council for your ongoing support, because without your support we couldn't achieve this and give the town the service they need. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your report. Any questions for the Fire Chief?
I have one. Trevor, the 17 motor vehicle accidents, do you have a breakdown of like the areas? Like, is there trouble spots that, like, you know what I mean? Like, is there anything we can do to improve safety? You know what I mean? I'm just curious if it's all the same intersections that I suspect it is, but I don't know.
I think you've already made some progress on that, because one of the main spots was over in front of the Shell building there.
Yep.
And I noticed you got the lights put in on the crosswalk and stuff, so, and really the lights there in front of Scotiabank, that's the other high impact area there, so not much we can do there, I guess. There's already traffic lights there, but I think the crosswalk and stuff in front of the Shell, I think that was a good move there.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
You may.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the new fire chief, newly minted fire chief. He's been in the fire department a long while. I don't know exactly how long. His father was a former fire chief, and he's been a great guy and very active. Very glad to see all this training taking place. Of course, the firemen are only so good as their training. And so I'm very pleased to see such an active calendar on that note. And I'd just like to say congratulations to you once again. Also, congratulations to your new executive. And I'm sure we'll do whatever we can here as council to support the Carbonear Volunteer Fire Department. We've done it in the past. I think we'll be continuing to do it.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yep.
No other comments, questions? Thank you, sir. Okay, move on. Number 9, finances, operating invoices over $2,000. Councillor O'Grady.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The operating invoices are listed in your Dropbox. I resolve to approve operating invoices over $2,000 in the amount of $230,283.60.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Councillor Snow. Discussion? All in favour?
Aye.
Councillor Monaghan, motion passed.
And we have one capital invoice for Powell Drive Phase 3. Meridian Engineering Incorporated, invoice number CC 108533 in the amount of $5,865.
Moved by Councillor O'Grady, seconded by Deputy Mayor Slade. Discussion? All in favour?
Aye.
Councillor Monaghan, motion passed.
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, move on. Our next council meeting is the fourth Tuesday. That's when it is?
14 days from now.
Perfect, yeah. Over the past, on Friday past, we opened up, had a new business that opened up in town of Carbonear. Eastlink has a storefront in the TC Square. So I'd like to congratulate those guys on their choosing of Carbonear to house their building. They certainly could have went elsewhere, but they saw the value of coming into Carbonear with the 250 plus approximately businesses. So it's good move on that. And also the Swim for Hope took place on Friday night as well. Myself and Mayor Coombs from Harbour Grace were in there for the opening ceremonies, and I think they had about 18 participants, and they all swam,